Vikash Khandelwal, team member to leader.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are.
Thank you. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. Growing up, I was a well-behaved child and a jack of all trades. I was good at studies, sports, and extracurricular activities. Therefore, I was the one everyone wanted in their team. Yes, you heard it right. In their team, not my team, because I was only a good team player and not a leader. But things was about to change. On being encouraged by my batchmates in engineering, I decided that it was time to transition from being a team player to leading a team, and therefore threw my hat in the ring and ran for the post of electronics engineering batch representative. I was popular, friendly, and liked by all, and therefore was confident. The election day and the result day was a life-changing day for me. The scoreboard showed the final vote tally 55 versus 5. Wow! Except my name was against 5. My childhood animation series, The Roadrunner, flashed in front of me. Just to give you a glimpse of what it was like, there was a coyote running after a roadrunner. When he was almost about to catch the roadrunner would turn around and signal the coyote to look. And the moment the coyote looked down, he realized that he was in mid-air with no earth below his feet. And the next thing was a sound effect, like boom. That, my friend, was a kind of crash landing that I experienced on that day. But how could that happen? I was so confident of my victory. Post-debacle investigation revealed that people would have liked to vote for me, but I never communicated and asked them for their votes. The first lesson of leadership was there right in front of me. Communication. A leader needs to communicate to convince, inspire, motivate, and persuade. So, while running for the post of a placement committee coordinator during my MBA, I decided to give a campaign speech that was inspiring and truthful enough to convey my intent, determination, and vision. And guess what? This time I won. Lesson learned and implemented. Post MBA, I worked under a number of bosses under different sectors, each having their own leadership style. Some made me do the work, while others inspired me to do the work. Under some, it was a day well spent of learning and joy, while under others, it was waiting for the day to be over. But all of them taught me something. And basis that, I zeroed on 5 aspects that form the foundation of my leadership style. First is communication, which we have all already discussed. The second is consensus. During my job, we used to have weekly and monthly meetings where we used to decide on what needs to be done during the week, why it was important, and how it is to be done. This ensured that everybody was on board and there was minimum friction. So I follow this in all my dealings, personally and professionally. For example, we have a joint business, 3 brothers, each having their own leadership style. So for every decision, we ensure that we sit together, discuss, sort out all issues, and come to a consensus. Next is trust and empowerment. It is very important for us to trust. By trusting, I mean that once I hand over the job to someone, I don't go and micromanage. I expect the other person to do the job, and then I empower the other person to do the job perfectly. For example, in my e-commerce venture, I gave the charge of daily customer order fulfillment to my manager and empowered her by giving her the power to select her team and make the schedules. I only pitched in when I was asked to do so. That empowered her and made her feel more owned of, involved in the job. The next is empathy. A leader needs to put himself in other person's shoes and know what the other person is thinking. Because unless I do not know what motivates you, I cannot be a good leader. And the last is respect. Treat everyone with respect. It should not be dependent on the post or designation. Rather, it should depend on the honesty with which one does his own work. So I ensure that when I speak to a security person, a peon, or a manager, I talk to them with equal level of respect. So it was no surprise that when I gave my evaluation, leadership evaluation assessment in Toastmasters, the kind of leadership result that came showed that I was democratic and an affiliative type of leader. That doesn't mean I did not score on any other points, because I believe all other forms of leadership are equally important. Like, I should be autocratic at times when there is less time to take a decision. In the end, I would like to conclude by saying that having understood my leadership style, I would now work on my dominant style and would also try to improve other leadership styles, because life will throw challenges at you at every point. And if I have all the weapons in my arsenal, I would be able to deal with all the problems in a much dignified manner and turn out to be a good, no, not just good, my dear friend, I could turn out to be a great leader. That's all. Thank you from my side. Over to you, Toastmaster.